Hi guys, welcome back with another video. In this video, I'll be discussing about what is LangChain exactly and why we use LangChain for the LLM apps development. We also use LangChain for the LLM apps development because LangChain is having some ecosystem. We also call it as LLM ops tool. So these are the ecosystem we can also use for the LLM ops development. So first of all, let's try to discuss why LangChain. Okay, why we usually use LangChain for the LLM apps development. So I think you know guys, in generative AI. Okay, in generative AI. So here just let me write down LangChain. LangChain. So in generative AI, we use something called large language model. Okay, yes or no? Definitely we use something called large language model. And there are so many provider. If I just write uh, many provider, like I can write OpenAI, then we have something called Llama, we have Mistral, okay, and so on. Okay, so these are nothing but this actually, so they are providing something called large language model. Okay, LLM. And what is the problem with the LLM? So let me list down here problem. So the first problem, you'll be getting a limited context window. Then it is having outdated knowledge base. Then it is having data privacy. Then definitely cost involvement is also there. Okay, cost involvement is also there. Then no connection with third party tools. Okay, and so on. So whenever we create any kinds of GenAI applications, GenAI apps. So what are the functionality we have? So the first functionality, I think you know, we have data input functionality. Okay, data in. So here what we can do guys, we can give any kinds of data as an input. Let's say we can give .txt file, we can give .pdf file, we can give .csv file, we can give .sql file. Okay, then I think xls is there, then html is there, and png file also we can give, and so on. Okay, and our application action wise, what happens, we can implement RAG, we can implement agents, we can implement APIs, format, manipulate we can also do. Then we can also perform the transformation, we can add the memory, we can connect with third-party tool, and so on. Okay, and as an output we get anything. Okay, it can be, there's a text output, it can be image output, it can be audio output. Okay, anything you can get. So this is what actually we usually implement whenever we create any kinds of GenAI applications. Okay, and these are the functionality we should have. So now what happens, let's say whenever we want to create this kinds of application, so definitely we'll be using some provider. Okay, let's say you want to create these kinds of application with the help of OpenAI. Now previously when we didn't have any kinds of, let's say, orchestration framework like LangChain, LLaMA index, okay, Haystack, how people used to create, so they used to learn the OpenAI. Okay, let's say OpenAI. I think you know that OpenAI is also let's say a framework. Okay, in Python. With the help of that, you can load the GPT model. You can create the RAG application. Okay, you can connect the vector database. You can do it. Okay, so with the help of OpenAI also you can create the application, and that will have also these kinds of functionality. Now let's say you don't want to use the OpenAI. Now you want to use the LLaMA model. That time what to do? Can you load the LLaMA model with the help of OpenAI? No, it's not possible. For this again you have to learn the LLaMA framework. Okay, I think there is a framework called LLaMA CPP. Okay, so that particular framework you have to learn, then you will be able to load the LLaMA model. Then again you have to again learn the like how we can add the, let's say, memory, how we can load different kinds of data. Okay, how we can perform all kinds of actions. You have to learn separately. Now let's say you don't want to use the LLaMA, you want to use the Mistral model. That time what to do? You have to learn the Mistral framework. That means what is happening? Okay, if you're using any provider, any other provider, let's say Falcon, Gemini, so you have to learn those individual frameworks separately. And as a developer, it's not possible for us to remember all the framework, right? It would be hard task for us. So that's why we don't use these kinds of, okay, individual framework to work with the GenAI application. For this, some, okay, for this some common framework should be there, some common orchestration framework should be there, so that with the help of that we can load all kinds of model, we can perform all kinds of tasks, we can perform we can load all kinds of data. Got it? So that is why actually your LangChain comes into picture. Okay, LangChain comes into picture. LangChain. So what is LangChain? LangChain is nothing but it's a orchestration framework. Okay, or orchestration framework. Orchestration framework. What does it mean of orchestration? That means with the help of LangChain, you can perform everything. You can load the data, you can perform all the actions, even you can get all kinds of output. That means you can entirely orchestrate the application. Okay, you can build the application entirely with the help of this particular LangChain, and this is a universal framework. That means it can load all the large language model out there. Got it? Now if I go to the LangChain documentation, so just search here, let's say LangChain. Okay, LangChain documentation. You'll see that they have one amazing documentation. You can refer their documentation and you can learn about the LangChain. Okay, so they have given some amazing, let's say, tutorial. They have given amazing some, let's say, example. With the help of that, you can learn the LangChain. Got it? So in this program, I'm expecting guys you are familiar with the LangChain. Okay, because here we are learning the LLMops, and whatever things you need for the LLMops from the LangChain itself, I'll try to cover that part. So LangChain is also having one ecosystem. Okay, in the ecosystem you have something called LangSmith, LangGraph, and LangSmith. Okay, so let me write down here. LangChain is having a ecosystem. So it is having something called LangSmith. This is a, I think, Smith. Let me just write it. LangSmith. Okay, this is a LLM ops tool. Okay, then we have something called LangSharp. This is also a LLM ops tool. Then we have another one called LangGraph. Okay, this is a agentic AI tool. That means with the help of that you can create the AI agents. So for our LLM ops, we'll be using LangSmith and LangGraph. So with the help of LangSmith, we can monitor our GenAI application, and the LangSharp we can serve the model. Okay, we can serve the model. Got it? So again, LangChain is I mean, one of the great framework in the field of GenAI. It not only provides the entire orchestrated, let's say, functionality, even you can also use it for the LLMops development. So you can see the documentation. So it is having different version like V1, V2, V3. Okay, in the updated version of LangChain, there is a concept called LCL, that is LangChain expression language. Nowadays people use LangChain expression language okay, whenever they develop any kinds of projects. Okay, but still the legacy LangChain it is being used because some of the functionality you have to use with the help of legacy LangChain. Got it? So yes guys, this is the introduction of the LangChain. Okay, So it's nothing but it's a framework, it's a orchestration framework for the GenAI application development, because it's a universal framework. That means it can support everything. You can connect with different large language model, you can connect with different vector database, you can connect with third-party tools, third-party data sources. Okay, you can load any kinds of data, okay, whether it's a PDF data, whether it's a JSON data, whether it's a, let's say, data is available in the website, whether you want to load the let's say WhatsApp data, okay, then you want to load the Slack data, everything is possible with the help of this particular LangChain. Got it? So that's why LangChain is super important, and you have to learn the LangChain, you have to use the LangChain whenever you are working in the field of GenAI. Got it, guys? So yes, guys, this is all about I think you understood about the LangChain. Thanks for watching.